Damn.
So we're coming back with some Can-Am stuff. Got, I don't know, kind of some little odds and ends. Probably the biggest thing of today's video, I'd say, is these Afx Rock Sliders. They're aluminum, but the reason I went with them, I was stuck between these and just, I think they're factory UTVs, the ones I was looking at. Skid slider type things. So the main skid has been holding up pretty good for me. So I'm going to leave that for now and ride it out and see how long it lasts or how it holds up, but I went with the aluminum. I know there is controversy between aluminum and plastic and all that stuff, but I did want to get ones that kind of protected more, you know, this area. So this protects things pretty well. And it looked like in the pictures that the factory UTV one only went up to like here.
Is that like the stock one on the RC?
I think it's different. I think it's technically different. I could be wrong on this. I'm sure somebody will know, but I know those ones didn't go up very far at all either.
Yeah, that's just why I asked.
Yeah, because I know you can buy those too, and I was looking at those, but I just chose to go with this. Obviously, it's more protection. I don't know. So, and I think it ties into the regular skid too, so that'll be cool. But it actually mounts to like the frame tube behind here with spacers. So it bolts through like the chassis. I guess there's factory rock slider mounts, and that's where your normal tube slider would bolt to. So this goes through that. So it's actually mounted to the chassis. So it seems like it should be a stout setup. Obviously we'll find out. And as you guys have noticed, you know, if you followed us from our YXZ days, me and Billy and Josh still has his obviously, but me and Billy were both running, you know, like tube sliders. So, I mean, you guys might wonder why we're switching it up and going to more of this type of slider. And we don't really know for sure if it's the right call or anything, but we just noticed a few times that the slider would get like wedged into the rocks, adding that extra, you know, the tube is about 2 inches OD, plus the little stub that comes off of it. So, I mean, you're 2.5, 3 inches outside the side of the machine, you know, that you're adding with on both sides. So hopefully this will help you like snake in there. But
yeah, that was big, especially on mine, because I actually had like the tree kicker bars that came off the back of my sliders, and there was one spot that we know for sure on trail 38, little school bus, and I got wedged in the rock and I couldn't even move.
Yeah,
because I couldn't back up, so I had to winch because I couldn't go forward. I would have rolled.
And what he's talking about by that is like the little piece that kicked off this way to kind of like, you know, push the tree or whatever to the outside of the tire.
Yep.
And when I built my sliders for my YXZ, I kind of used his as a reference, but I didn't do those bars, and I snuck through there. Like it didn't wedge me into those bars. So, oh man.
Dang it.
We'll be back. Alright, so yeah, that's why we're going with this style slider for my rig anyways. And then, so that'll be the first kind of project, but we'll show you guys everything that's going to be in this video quick. Just got some little door handles, actually. They're like 20 bucks on eBay, I think I got them. Just kind of been piling up some little things to make a video out of. So we'll throw those on, and I'll be sure to let you guys know, you know, how I like them. I don't like the straps personally, and I know my wife probably won't like them. She hasn't ridden in it yet, but it's kind of like, I don't know. You guys know if you have a Can-Am, you gotta like yank on them things. It's just awkward. Like there's gotta be a better setup. So hopefully that's it. These were raw when I got them, so I spray painted them green. Be kind of cool. I don't know. But then the next thing was this intake relocate kit, and this is from Caro Weld and Fab. So dude's got a Facebook page. He makes these little relocates. It's not much, but we went with it after the Tackett Creek trip, if you guys watched that, you've seen that I was not thrilled about the intake noises, and it was like the first time I noticed it really doing some road riding and things like that. So didn't really notice it rock crawling and riding our trails around here, but I did notice it on the roads. So I went ahead and ordered one of these. I think they're like 50 bucks. It's not bad. So I'll definitely, you know, talk about that. I won't make a video about it, so you just have to like kind of, I'll mention it in our next riding video, which will probably be 1 or 2 videos after this. We're going riding. So, you know, if you guys are curious how this helped with the noises, I'll try and remember to throw that in there and talk about it a little bit. So, but yeah, it's just those 3 things, and then also gonna fix those spacers that you guys talked about. That you guys let me know that I put them in wrong. So, but we'll talk about that once we get to it. So for now, we're gonna get started on the sliders. All right, guys. So first thing that I'm doing to install these is there's this little. I'm gonna do my best to try and show you guys. Oh geez, it's not easy, I'll tell you that much. There's these little like knockout things, I guess I'll call it. It is right here. You can kind of see it. I don't know if to take my word for it, but it's for this. It's where this top bolt goes through. It goes through this plastic, goes through the tube of the frame, and then the bolt sticks through too far to where, you know, you have to knock that little piece of plastic out. So what I did is you push the seat all the way forward, you get a little pair of snips or something, and there's like 3 little tabs, and you cut each one of them, and then that little piece falls out. And then we'll just hold the slider up here and drill the 3 holes, but we'll show you guys that. Alright guys, so I send you this template here, and there's some little bend holes here and here, I think. Anyways, so these 3 holes in the bottom are supposed to line up with rivets, and they don't do anything. It's just to give you reference as far as forward and backward go. Unfortunately, I've got the rivet delete kit going on this unit here from Tackett Creek, so we're probably not exactly doing it the right way, but here's how we're doing it, take it for what it's worth. You know, we lined it up with the rivets on the bottom to give us this one point here. And I mean, it's pretty hard to tell, like, as you can see, this is your second point. And like if it should be down here, or, you know, this way, or like, everything moves so much with the cardboard. So we lined up this point with the bottom, drill the hole through here, and then the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna stick 1 bolt through here and this, just to get it started, and then use this bolt as a pivot point and drill the other 2 holes. So all you're doing is drilling holes through the plastic. The frame is notched already, so the bolt goes through the frame fine. And the notches are pretty big, so I mean, you have some leeway. It doesn't have to be perfect. And just know that, I mean, all of that's gonna be covered anyways. So if you gotta round out your holes a bit, it doesn't really matter. The plastic's not doing anything anyways, so. And there's a spacer that goes behind it, which it's hard to show you guys all this stuff, but there's a spacer that goes behind it because there's a gap between this plastic and the frame tube. So that way the spacer doesn't let the plastic just crush to the tube as you tighten this nut on here. So that's kind of the gist of it, and we'll show you guys a little bit, but you know, it's kind of a 2-guy thing to get all this through here. So you get the idea though. We're gonna get this bolt through and lined up, and then once it's through all the way through the whole thing, so you know it's lined up, we'll hold this where it goes and drill these 2 through. But so we'll get back to you when we're tightening everything up. That's all I can really do is laugh right now, because it was not ideal. I mean, they're on. I got silver bolts. What that's worth.
Jesus.
My color of choice certainly wouldn't have been silver, but you know, it's the little things, I guess. I do like the protection and the cover, and I do feel like they'll be really stout. However, the install was not very ideal. So, I don't know. Maybe it'd be better if your rig wasn't, you know, broken, I guess. But honestly, I think that kind of helped. because I was able to, on this side, my whole like rocker area was like cracked and stuff, because I wasn't able to get these in time for Taka Creek, and that was the aftermath. So I was able to get those little spacers in there, like through the broken spots, and it's all covered now by this, so like it looks good. Like this ties into the skid now, like it L's down below the skid, so should work good. Should be a good setup, but it is kind of a pain to install, in my opinion. At least that's how our install went, but they're done now, so that's cool. And now we're moving on to the next point. I guess I'll touch on this quick. Actually, I gotta pull the wheels off and then we'll talk to you quick. Alright, so moving on to these tie rods. These are the bump steer delete tie rods, and we put the bigger spacer on the bottom to space the tie rod up, but evidently it's the other way around. But I don't know, we were kind of in a hurry. It was a long, you guys work on Can-Ams, you know, it was a long day doing A-arms and gusset kit and all that stuff. So at this point we were just slapping it back together, didn't really pay too much attention to it. This made sense in both of our heads, you know, when we thought about it quickly, and I had thought that that's what it done. I just, you know, with everything, I always thought like flatter was better, like with axles, and I don't know, I thought it made more sense. But now that I think about it this way, I guess it does make sense. You'd want your tie rods closer to full droop when it's aligned. I don't know if that's the theory behind it, but so anyways, just gotta flip these spacers like so. But the cool thing is it's really simple, and they're nice and machined, so they go inside of the Heim. So yeah, that's all there is to that. But we're gonna get this swapped out and move on to the next item. All right, so we got this intake relocate in here, and so you pop this cover off here, and I had to take my top toolbox off to get it out and loosen my sound bar, but it wasn't too bad. And then you just they give you a little template, which I'll show you in a second, but you throw the template on this cover and drill some holes, cut out the rectangle, I guess you'd call it, and that's going to be its new spot to suck air from. Not a whole lot of intake going to be happening back there, but I guess we'll see how that goes. And then once you get that back in, they just give you a piece of foam that you shove in here behind this perfectly placed intake right behind your ear, and you should be good to go.
Yeah, no excuses for when that Polaris outruns this thing.
Yeah.
No air. Sucks to suck.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Polaris doesn't have clutch noise, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, I have 3 miles on it, so maybe it does, but.
Yeah, I didn't think mine had clutch noise either. But no, I mean, I don't think they did. I had the exact same machine, drivetrain wise anyways. Because I think all of my stuff was like that too.
Yeah.
I never had any complaints. I did think my blow-off valve was loud, but like even at not a lot of throttle. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, here's the little template they give you. So now we got left here are these little door handles that I got, and hopefully those are pretty simple. I mean, the intake was pretty simple. I don't know, it took maybe 20 minutes, half hour.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
And the sliders kind of sucked. The tie rods weren't too bad, so going pretty well. It's my last little piece of parts here.
For anyone doing it too, to cut this out, we just drilled holes in all the corners with our, what was that?
9/64.
Yeah, 9/64 holes in all the corners, and then we just used a level, just traced and cut it with a grinder. So it made it pretty easy versus trying to, I don't know how else you do it actually.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. We were wondering how you're supposed to transmit this, you know, to here. But drilling holes in all the corners worked, and then you just connect the dots. So, all right, moving on to these door handles. Hopefully these go easy. We're back. As I was over here sticker bombing the new mini fridge with some guys.
Our sponsors.
Yeah, well, a couple of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bluegrass Powersports, they hooked me up with some stuff back in the beginning, so shout out to them. Southern Powersports hooked up Billy with some stuff. You guys will see that in the next video, actually. And they helped you out with some stuff in probably the last video too, I think.
Yep.
The order kind of gets screwy on these. We try to break it up so it's not like all Turbo S content or all riding, you know, like try and break it up.
Yeah,
for you guys.
mix it up.
Yeah. But other than that, while I was doing that, I don't know how I just randomly got off on that, but Billy threw in these pretty cool door handles. I gotta say, anybody with a Can-am, spend the $20 and buy these things. I'll throw it up in the screen here if I got them on eBay or Amazon or what. I don't remember. I'll have to look into it, but I mean, I don't know if it was a Facebook group. I want to say it was eBay though. I don't know, just some guy selling them on there, but I think they were like $25. But I really didn't like the straps. It just was like really hard to pull. You know, it's just little things, obviously. I'm sure somebody's like, oh my god, that guy's stupid, you know, but just.
No, the strap sucked. It's
Yeah,
just
I mean,
hands down. I mean, you spend freaking $25,000 on a machine. Let's put a strap as the freaking door handle.
yeah, I mean, it didn't make much sense. It wasn't too bad when you're in the machine to pull it, but like somebody was going to get in this thing and they didn't know, they're like, hey, I gotta yank this thing, you know?
First world problems.
Yeah. But for $20, I think it's a solid investment.
Yeah, and to put those on, you delete that little plastic thing. There's just one T30 holding it on. You can kind of see where the T30 used to be. Pop that cover off. You got to drill out some rivets because apparently Can-Am wants to rivet everything. So you drill those out and then 2 bolts with some lock nuts, and they installed in, I don't know, 10 minutes. I had both of them on while you were stickering.
The amount of time it took me to sticker that thing.
Yeah, so
Need some more stickers too, guys. I mean,
yeah,
if
send us.
anybody's got a hoard of stickers, there's some cool stickers. Hook us up. We'll sticker bomb all this stuff. I'll just put stickers all over the walls here. But no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so we'll wrap this video up. It's probably gathered into something long. I don't really know. It typically do, but hope you guys learned something here or saw something you liked. And on to the next one. I think we got a couple more short videos coming for you guys of garage stuff, and then we'll be hitting the first trip with the Turbo S, so that'll be exciting for sure. I'm excited to see that thing out in the wild. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited.
yeah, I can only imagine. So yeah, guys, see you on the next one.
Later.